Okay. So my topic is livelihood support for farmers through small agro industries. Though WIFE is involved in many kinds of agro industries, right from solar, dried products, many kinds of vegetables and fruit-based livelihood initiatives, floriculture initiatives, some initiatives based around NTFPs, and also agro biodiversity conservation based approaches, which I think Sony sir has mentioned in his presentation. So I would be touching upon two cases here. One is the Vrindavan cashew, and another one is Jasmine Floriculture Initiative. So, Wadi approach was the genesis or the basis of the cashew intervention or the cashew small agro industry. Now, initially, WIFE was only involved in introducing appropriate crop or tree varieties. Later, WIFE realized the need, to also get into promoting agri industries, small industries, and creating market linkages for these commodities, as there was a gap to market access for the farmer. They were not being fairly remunerated for their efforts, and a large part of the consumer rupee was not being trickled down or passed on to them. One instance I would say in the initial phase, the raw cashew was being bartered in exchange for onion and salt. So those were so we have come a long way from those times, and I'll quickly walk you through the Vrindavan cashew process, and then pose some in technological intervention scopes or research questions. What are the possibilities? And same for the Jasmine intervention. So in Maharashtra and Gujarat, the cashew wadis were offered to the farmers. The wadi initiative was promoted, wherein in the wasteland farmer was not growing any other crop. Cashew trees or mango trees, forest-based initiatives were undertaken. So here the cashew apples are harvested, and the cashew kernels, the raw cashews, are separated, dried to a level wherein they could be stored and stacked in gunny bags. The whole process of harvesting lasts for a few months, somewhere from Feb, March, all till May or June, and for 2 3 months, and then the whole processing mechanism or processing of the raw cashew goes on for say 9 to 10 months. So there are different steps in it. First is steaming, then uh, it's the raw nuts are cut and the cashew kernels are took out of it. So these some of these steps are do happen in a decentralized manner. That is at the village or cooperative level. First level of drying and peeling of the kernels, and one level of grading. Till this decentralized structure is followed. Thereafter, at a central location, we regrade them, package them in bulk packings, a 10 kg tin, which are stored in cold storage, sealed and stored. And as and when the requirement or inventory goes down, these are packaged in uh, the appropriate SKUs and delivered to the market. So this is, in a nutshell, the whole process. Um, Now, various interventions or questions that could be undertaken are: one is obviously yield improvement could be undertaken by various means. Business expansion and process improvement scopes are there. One is a lot of work today is happening manually. It has its pros. A lot of employment is being created, but on the flip side, you may not have a huge capacity in terms of your daily output, because and it could be expensive as well going ahead if you employ a lot of people. So the right balance of mechanization and manual process that could be discovered, Process improvements, now, as I've explained, some part happens in a decentralized manner and certain activities are centralized. Storage and packaging practices, if they can be improved, that could be one scope where some intervention could happen. The demand supply forecasting could be improved, because the local market is impacted to a great extent from the international demand supply. What kind of production you have in Southeast Asia or in Africa, all of that, a lot of that raw nut is imported in India, processed and sold here or so. So that too impacts the local prices. And one last intervention could be, to get a larger share of the consumer rupee. Uh, Today, a lot of our sale happens between business and business. We could move closer to the customer. And today, moving closer to the customer is not very difficult in the age of e-commerce for mass market products like, say, cashew or mango-based value-added products or so on. Because you have e-commerce marketplaces today, which do not create barriers for you. You do not have to set up a distribution network or so on. So second case I would quickly walk you through is the floriculture initiative. So back in 2005, we started the floriculture initiative in Palghar district, which is pretty close to Mumbai, wherein some 300 farmers are together as members of one producer company. And because of this initiative, there are other 3,000 farmers who have adopted this initiative. Now, how the process works is, in the early in the morning, the buds are picked at the hamlet level, and they are collected further or aggregated at village level. They are weighed and packaged in 25 kg bags. Further, usually public transport is used to transport them to the Dadar market. The Dadar market is one of the best flower markets accessible to our farmers there, and the payments are made. So this is the kind of structure that is being followed. There are some 3,500 farmers from Palghar that are involved in it. Now, certain challenges or pressing questions or technological interventions that could be undertaken here are yield improvements could be looked at through, say, low cost protected agriculture interventions. Now, small scale storage and transportation solutions could be looked at. Right now, the birds are picked up in the morning, and the same day they are transported to the other market. Because we are close to the market, we fetch a better price. And the birds that come from far off, they are harvested a day prior, and they lose certain integrity or qualities to fetch a good price. That works in our advantage, but every day we have to transport a small quantity. We do not have a mechanism to aggregate it at the field level and store it for some time and retain the quality and transport it in bulk also. So that could be one area where some intervention could be looked at. One more thought could be that right now we are dependent only on one market, the other market. Though the market has worked really well for us for the last 17 years, it has never closed for a day. But in the recent pandemic lockdown, the market was closed, and farmers, the opportunity loss, they suffered certain opportunity loss. If to hedge against such losses, there could be a bunch of things that could be done. An alternate market would be explored. Exports could be explored. What are the standardizations or processes required for that could be undertaken, or maybe value addition to a certain extent, say distilling them, making perfume out of it, or extracts out of it. That could be another area where some technological intervention could be undertaken. So in developing any of these, say, products or processes or technologies, a few things would be very important in our case. That is, the technology has to be really simple, should be for a small farmer, and the low cost technology, and any of the products and processes that are developed should be market oriented. That is focused on the market. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Ravi. Uh,
Thank you, sir.
so we are